YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH, double to GMS who tell me this truth. Luke 12:2, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. So we have a proposed bill, Montana, and it relates to Montana HB 645, prohibition. So prohibit donations of certain blood and blood products. So section 1, certain donations prohibited. Penalty: a person may not knowingly donate whole blood, plasma, blood products, blood derivatives, human tissue, organs, or bones containing gene-altering proteins, nanoparticles, high-count spike proteins from long 19 or other isolates introduced by mRNA or DNA VAXs, mRNA or DNA chemotherapies, or other novel mRNA or DNA pharmaceutical biotechnologies. That's huge that they're proposing that. So they're saying if you took the poison, then you're not going to be eligible to donate all those different items that were mentioned. So a person may not knowingly use, receive, accept, ship, transfer, or administer whole blood plasma, blood products, blood derivatives, human tissue, organs, or bones containing gene-altering proteins, nanoparticles, high-count spike proteins from long CV19 or other isolates introduced by mRNA or DNA VAXs. So a person in violation of this section is guilty of a misdemeanor punishable by a fine not to exceed $500. For the purpose of this section, so knowingly, I guess it just clarifies certain elements of that. Section 2, discrimination based on VAX status or possession of immunity passport. So except as provided in subsection 2, it is unlawful discriminatory practice for a person or a government entity to refuse, withhold from, or deny to a person any local or state services, goods, facilities, advances, privileges, licenses, education opportunities, healthcare, access, or employment opportunities based on a person's VAX status, whether the person has an immunity passport. An employee to refuse employment to a person, to bar them from employment. So it just goes on to that. Let's just see if anything else is covered here. Section 3, so immunity of blood banks and tissue banks. Blood bank or tissue bank may not be held liable in the absence of fault or negligence for injuries resulting from the injecting, transfusing, transplanting, or transferring of whole blood, plasma, blood products, blood derivatives, human tissue, organs, bones supplied the blood bank or tissue bank to any hospital or physician if the blood products or tissues have been tested by the latest testing procedures in accordance with the recommended of the American Association of Blood Banks or the American Association of Tissue Banks, found not to be dangerous to the health of the recipient. The blood products or tissue products, the blood products or tissues of the screening found not to contain gene-altering proteins, nanoparticles, etc., etc. The person is not entitled to immunity under this section if the person has been found guilty of violating section 1. And also this codification instruction is intended to be codified as an integral blah blah blah. Wow, so the gist of it seems to be if you took that gene altering serum, then you're not eligible to provide anything from blood to organs. You're unable to donate those, and then it sounds like it gives legal cover for the institutes that would administer transfusions, blah blah blah, they're not going to be held liable for any deaths that may occur. So if anyone has any opinions on this, leave a comment. Until next time, inshallah.